over the past 24 hours, we have been working hard with other countries to narrow the search corridors. Our focus is on 4 tasks: gathering information from satellite surveillance, analysis of surveillance radar data, increasing air and surface assets, and increasing the number of technical and subject matter experts. On satellite surveillance, I cannot disclose who has what satellite capability, but I can confirm we have contacted every relevant country that has access to satellite data. On analysis of radar data, in the Southern Corridor, Australia and Indonesia have agreed to take the lead of their respective parts of the search corridor. In the Northern Corridor, China and Kazakhstan have agreed to lead in the search areas closest to their countries. On air and surface assets, I've spoken to almost all ASEAN leaders to request further support, including assets with deep ocean surveillance detection capabilities. We are also asking international partners who have assisted us before to take another look at their primary radar data. In the Northern Corridor, we have divided the search area into 7 quadrants. Each of the 7 quadrants is 400 nautical miles by 400 nautical miles, or 160,000 square nautical miles in total. We have also divided up the Southern Corridor into 7 quadrants. Just like in the north, each quadrant covers an area of 160,000 square nautical miles. The entire search area is now 2.24 million square nautical miles. This is an enormous search area, and it is something that Malaysia cannot possibly search on its own. I am therefore very pleased that so many countries have come forward to offer assistance and also support to the search and rescue operation. In terms of the deployment of specific assets, today the Royal Malaysian Navy deployed 2 more ships to the Southern Corridor. This deployment includes the Super Lynx helicopter, which can operate from either ship. This brings the total number of Malaysian ships deployed to the Southern Corridor to 4, with two Super Lynx helicopters. Today, Malaysia also deployed 2 C-130 aircraft to the Indonesian sector of the Southern Search Corridor. Other countries are also contributing the following assets. The United States has deployed 1 P-8 Poseidon and will redeploy the P-3 Orion aircraft. Australia, as I mentioned yesterday, has deployed 3 P-3 Orions and 1 C-130 Hercules. New Zealand is redeploying a P-3 Orion to support Australian search efforts. The Republic of Korea has committed 1 P-3 Orion and 1 C-130 Hercules. Japan has committed 2 P-3 Orions, 2 C-130s and 1 Gulfstream jet. The UAE has committed 1 C-17 aircraft and 1 Bombardier Dash 8 aircraft. The assets from Korea, Japan and UAE are currently in Malaysia awaiting orders from their respective governments. Aside from deploying its assets to the Northern Corridor, China has also made arrangements with Australia to deploy an aircraft to the Southern Corridor.
You've repeatedly said that you've asked for the assistance of many countries with primary radar and satellite data. First of all, can you confirm that primary radar means military radar? And could you tell us how many countries have given you any information of that type since this investigation started?
Primary radar, secondary radar, military.
We are unable to give a very detailed answer to that because primary radar, any information from the radar is a privileged information for those countries. So if any finding, of course, it will tell you any significant finding.
But any country given you that thing? Has any country?
Yes, and I would not want to confirm which countries. That's public knowledge that every country has got a primary military radar. The only one that is now out in the open is basically Malaysia's, and that we have done in the interest of the aircraft. On Indonesia, I've spoken to Pak Purnomo earlier today, and he have indicated that there's no new development from previous data and information that was provided to us. But I requested the Indonesian military to relook again at not only satellite, but whatever other data that they may have, again, in the light of the emphasis on the northern and southern corridor. The southern corridor we face more challenges because the area is huge. The two countries that we are seeking assistance from, which are actually geographically in that position, is Australia and Indonesia. And I was speaking to Secretary Chuck Hagel this morning regarding the possibility of looking at the US satellites, radar, and aircraft and vessels to assist us in the southern corridor.